Gentlemen, hello and welcome to Dating Dynamics. Matt and Nick here to deliver on our promise from the last video, which is to tell you specifically how to become more brave. Now, if you didn't catch that last video, it gives the context for this one. If you haven't seen it, there's a link right up there. You're going to want to hit that, check it out. If you have already seen it, then we are moving on. So, one good way to think of bravery is like a muscle. In order for it to become stronger, you have to exercise it. So with bravery, what we're going to teach you is how to go out there and challenge you at the level you're at right now with it, and show you how to increase that incrementally to the point where you are brave enough to approach the girl of your dreams without any hesitation.
Absolutely. And so the first thing that we're going to talk about, the first principle of that, is going to be improving yourself. So we all have things that we would like to improve about ourselves. We all have faults, right? And it can be something as simple as, well, you're not really pursuing your career goals as much as you'd like, or you're not really taking advantage of the schooling that you're getting, or it could be your health, right? You know, hey, I know I should improve my health, but I just haven't really been doing it. Whatever it is, that thing is holding you back. Because when you go to approach a girl, you tend to judge yourself before she ever even gets a chance to. And you say things like, oh, you're not really good enough, you know, because you have all these big problems. Well, everybody has problems. If you can just start working on one of those things and just incrementally making changes in your life, instead of that voice saying you're no good, that voice is going to say, okay, you're a work in progress, but you're getting there. You are making progress. And so you're worth something and you're only going to get better. And so that's going to be a huge help just right off the bat, just the fact that you're moving in a good direction. But on top of that, in order to improve your life, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zones. And that in and of itself is going to start exercising your bravery, just like he talked about. And of course, it could be one of those big things, or there's a ton of smaller, more manageable things that you can start getting out of your comfort zone with.
Yeah, so let's start with the little things. So everybody has a routine, and a really good way to just start being a little more brave is by swapping that routine up. You know, going out there, trying new restaurants, taking a different route to work, you know, try a different flavor of ice cream, you know, simple things. You know, watch that show you've been putting off, but people are recommending. A little step up from that is going to be something like adopting a new hobby, or say if you're a gamer, playing a game of a genre that you're not accustomed to and beating that. That may not sound like much, but it's making you tread new ground. And in doing that, you're being at least a little bit brave. So the best thing you can do is start attending events that you usually wouldn't. Okay, so that's going to be things like sports events, dances, parties, concerts. It's going to be good for a couple of reasons. One, simply that, yes, you're treading new ground, you're exercising that bravery. But two, you're going to be surrounding yourself with a lot of young, attractive women by doing that, because that's the kind of stuff that they're going to be going to. So it's going to be a lot easier to approach them as well, because you're both there doing the same thing at the same event. So that's going to make approaching them a lot more natural, and that's a very good thing.
Yes, it is. So now that you're going to be out there approaching all these pretty girls, it's important to have the right mindset. Now, the mindset that we teach is called the equality mindset. And what that means is that as guys, when we see a really pretty girl that we're attracted to, we tend to throw her up on a pedestal immediately, and we tend to critique ourselves down into the dust, where we just think there's no way that we can go talk to this girl because she's just out of our league. She's just better than us, right? But what you should always remember when you see a girl like that and you start to think those thoughts is that she's a person and you're a person. And that means you have good things and bad things about you. But especially if you are working on your life, incrementally trying to get better, like we talked about earlier, you have no reason at all to think that she is better than you. And so if you can keep that in mind, it'll make going and talking to her a lot easier. Problem, however, is that that's a lot easier said than done, especially early on.
Mhm.
So something that can help you a lot, and you may not believe this, but there's real science behind this. We have an article that we've linked on our Facebook page, but your posture can affect your mood greatly. And so if you can adopt confident posture, so shoulders back, standing up straight, head up and eyes out, engaged with the world, you're open to the world, nothing is scaring you or corralling you. That tells, one, it tells the world that you're not afraid of it, including those women, you're not afraid of them, but it also tells yourself that. And that can actually make you much more calm and much more confident. And that is a huge help, let me tell you.
Absolutely. But even with those things helping you, it can still be very challenging to go up to a girl and start flirting with her. And so we're going to give a couple of recommendations here. One, start with the girls that are outside of your social circle. With them, you can try to be bold, try to flirt. And if you do get rejected, it's not a big deal because you're probably not going to see them again. And for the girls that are in your social circle, start really small. Throw in a little bit of charm and a little flirtation here and there, but don't put it all out on the table because, well, that's a bad idea. It's very high risk, and we certainly don't recommend that.
Right. So, guys, this is all good stuff. However, you're probably still going to be scared when you are in these high pressure situations. The fear of that perceived failure or rejection, it's going to nag at you. So, we all know that a goal without a plan is just a wish. So, when you're setting goals to improve your relationship with women, it's important to have a plan that you can hold yourself accountable to, because if you can be accountable to it, you're more likely to succeed and go through with those really difficult things. When you find yourself facing that really pretty girl and you want to say something flirtatious, but you're like, well, walking away is easier.
Mm-hmm.
If you can buddy up with somebody who you're going to have to be accountable to at the end of the day or at the end of the week, who knows your goals, you've communicated them to them, it's going to make you a lot more likely to succeed. So if you can find somebody like that, that's great. Another thing that you can do that we recommend is you can comment your goals down below, and you can tell us like your time frame and stuff, and we can help hold you accountable. So we can kind of be your wingman so that when you get into those tough situations, you can remember, oh, I've got somebody that I'm going to have to sort of answer to. So we want to help you with that.
Yep. And another thing that's really going to help you out is knowing that the only true failure is just not trying at all. Because as you go out there and start being brave and putting yourself out there, you're going to face some rejection. But that is not failure.
Not
In
at
fact,
all.
Yeah, it's going to give you experience. And that experience is going to help you reach those goals that you're setting. And in the long run, it's going to give you the success that you want.
Absolutely, guys. So the final thing we want to leave you with is we want you to understand how gaining correct knowledge is really going to help mitigate those fears. So in light of that, our next video is going to be all about how to flirt with women, so that when you muster up the courage and you're up there talking to that girl that's scaring you to death, instead of wondering what she's going to think about you or wondering what you should say, you'll know what it is they really want from you, and that's going to help you out a ton. So guys, thanks for checking us out today. We want to leave you with a challenge, and that is that as you watch this video, there's probably something that stuck out to you that you said, you know what, if I did that, it might help me a lot. So we want you to set a goal in relation to that, and then comment that down below and tell us how it goes. And if you can find a kind of a wingman to help hold you accountable, even better. So guys, as always, thanks for checking us out. In the meantime, be brave, and we'll see you out there.